Welcome to Mckoy News. I'm your host, Janil, and today we're here with Mr. Ramchandani, and he is the founder and chairman for Miss Global International. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on Mckoy News. And it's my privilege to be here with my most beautiful reigning queen of Jamaica, which will be introduced to you shortly.
Okay, and we will definitely be getting into those questions about the competition. So I know the first thing on everyone's mind is who is the queen representing for Jamaica, and what is your opinion on her? Why her?
Well, the young lady is from Montego Bay, from St. James. Very beautiful, very elegant, bright, intelligent, and from what I see, perfectly fit for going to Bali and, of course, bringing the crown home. I'm very, very proud of representing her. Very happy to know that she has been extremely, what should I say, elegant, to the point where she is very easily picked up everything that we need for the pageant. And basically she's getting some grooming lessons from our director in Kingston now. And she will be continuing that till the reign, which is till the end of till the time when she's going to Bali. And so she's preparing herself, and I'm very excited about it, and I feel very, very confident in her, and I feel that she's going to bring the crown.
Okay, that's good to know. So we know the crown is safe in our hands coming up. All right, and how many contestants have been confirmed for the pageant so far?
Well, so far I would say we have approximately 9 confirmed, including Jamaica. We have the Cayman Islands, we have the Philippines, we have, of course, the Bali, we have India, which they're going to be doing their show on the 5th of September.
Okay.
We have Trinidad, which they're going to be doing their show on the 23rd of June, which I'll be flying over there next month. We have Serbia, who entered last year, wants to re-enter again. Tentatively, we have Malaysia, Vietnam, we have Thailand, we have Singapore, Dominican Republic, Haiti. We have been talking to Africa. We have Zimbabwe, Zambia. Yesterday we spoke to Tanzania. We have Botswana, Nigeria for sure, and one other African country. I think it's Kenya. We've been talking to Kenya. So we are expecting approximately 6 to 8 African countries, about 3 from Asia. We have India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. We are expecting from about, I would say, around 10 from Asia, which should be like Myanmar, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Bali, Thailand, Hong Kong, China, and Bhutan. I think we are expecting around 10 from the Asia side. And from the Caribbean, we have, as I mentioned, we have Cayman Islands, we have Dominican Republic, Dominica, Bahamas, of course, our land of wood and water, Jamaica, and we have, and we are still looking at some European countries. We have been talking to UK, we have been talking to what do you call this country here, the one who entered last year, Czechoslovakia. We are talking to about 5 other European countries, but I think we are going to have a lot of countries this year.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I know a lot of persons are not familiar with a lot of those names that you mentioned, but with you mentioning those names, they'll get familiarized with
Those
that.
are just to name a few. I mean, there are countries that I have not even heard in my life, and people are calling me from Kazakhstan and all. I don't even know how to spell that country, but we have been getting calls from that. So we expect we will be reaching approximately 50 countries. That's my target.
Okay, wonderful. And that was going to be that follow-up, what the approximate number you're planning to reach. Okay.
That is why I'm very confident with Richan, the young lady that will be representing me in Bali. I feel very confident because this competition is going to be very, very stiff.
Right.
And of course, she has to work very hard on it. And we have a very good trainer, my former queen, who was Miss Brittany Clark, 2019 queen. She's my director, local director, will be working along with the queen. And of course, I'm almost sure by the time she's ready to leave for Bali, she almost have a crown in her hand, you know. Just for her to go and pick it up and work for it and come with it. That's basically what we are waiting on. But she's here, and I'm going to introduce her shortly, so you can speak to her and have a little one-to-one conversation with her.
Okay, no problem. And just another question before you do go ahead and introduce your queen. I wanted to ask, what's going to be different about this upcoming pageant? I know you stated earlier it's going to be in Bali. What's going to be different about this pageant than the ones that preceded it in the past?
Good question. This year, the difference between all the pageants that I have done in the last 19 years, this of course we are celebrating 20 years, by the way. We're celebrating Miss Global International, exactly 20 years this year.
Oh, wow.
So in the last 19 years, our criteria has always been from 17 to 27 or 28, single, free and disengaged. This is the only year we have gone a step little further. We have increased the age limit to 40. We are allowing a
So
woman with
everyone
children.
gets a chance. Okay.
We are allowing
that's
a
good.
woman who is married and divorced. We are allowing a woman that is married, as long as she signs a contract that she'll be available during a reign at the time when we call her for any, exposure or any meetings or anything like that. So she should be available.
Okay.
But we have no problem in terms of, and we have gone up to 40 this year.
And what has influenced that decision for change?
Because since the last 2 years, Miss Universe has actually started that system. They are doing it now. And I've seen, and this was my ambition from many, many years ago, because I feel it's kind of unfair for a young lady that is pretty, beautiful, talented, bright, intelligent, just because she just had a little baby and the baby is about a year old, she can't enter the pageant. I feel bad about that because I think she deserves it. She deserves a chance to go in and showcase herself just like anybody else, not because she has a baby, not because she's married, not because she's divorced. She must have an equal chance. But of course, we don't want to take a 50-year or 60-year-old woman to come in and get into the pageant. Up to 40, we can work with it, and I'm sure that will be a reasonable age to give them a chance. And of course, they will have to be qualified by the judges and everything, and they have to be fit for the criteria.
Okay, well, I definitely do think that's a step in the right direction. The inclusivity.
So. I'm a little bit excited because we are touching the Asia, and Asian women they look young, but they are actually in their 30s and late 20s, and also I don't want to disqualify them, especially we're going to Asia. Want to give them a fair chance to enter it.
Okay. All right, that's very good to hear. I'm glad that on the 20th anniversary you guys decided to make a few changes. It's very wholesome to see. So I'm going to now give you the opportunity to introduce our queen who will be representing Jamaica.
I'm going to ask Miss Richan Vernon to come in so I can introduce the whole Jamaica and the world, our most outstanding Jamaica Global 2024. There she comes, Miss Richan Vernon. I'm going to hand the young lady to you, and it's all yours.
We're here with our reigning queen, Miss Richan Vernon, who will be representing us at the Miss Global International. So we all are going to get to know Mr. Chan a bit more. So the first question I want to ask is, how old are you?
I'm 24 years of age.
24.
Yes.
Okay. And what institutions have you attended?
Alright, so I wanted a little feel of both primary and prep school. So what I did was I was in prep school first, and then I transferred to Colonel Avenue. So I went to St. Eva's Prep, and then I went to Colonel Avenue afterwards. From Colonel Avenue, I went to Mount Alvernia, and then from Mount Alvernia, I went to COMC, Montego Bay Community College.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I study business.
business.
Yeah, major in marketing.
Okay, nice. And why is it that you think you wanted to get a bit of experience both from the prep and primary school?
Well, everybody knows this. Prep school kids, they behave way different from primary school. So instead of feeling like a headless chicken when you go to high school, then you have a feel of both stuff. So how to prepare yourself mentally to interact with those type of persons when you get there.
Okay, so you'd say that you went there so that you'd be more well-rounded to interact with.
Of course, yes,
okay.
That's it.
And that's a good trait to have for
Exactly.
our Miss Global Jamaica.
Right.
And you also said you went to Mount Alvernia High.
Yes.
I am also an Alvernian. And I had to highlight it because, we learned a lot during our tenure there, and I know that you've probably gotten a lot of the etiquettes that you do have right now based on
Yes, because they ensure that they highlight it that they need ladies.
ladies, right?
Right. They need ladies at all times. You cross your legs, you don't, certain stuff, you have to keep your fingernails a certain length and all of that. So at the end of the day, I feel like if we can use that whole thing, that whole idea, and spread it across to other schools and say implement etiquette classes. So once you have guidance counseling class, you still have like a 30-minute section there to do like little etiquette classes, how to walk, how to talk, how to have proper table manners, and all those other stuff. I think it's very important. So if I should win Miss Global International, I think that would be the first step. I have so many other ideas I'd like to go about doing pertaining to homelessness, and because I've been doing that, I have a thing I do where I go out and I feed the homeless persons, because at the end of the day, being homeless is not a case where, because we have this thing even in Montego Bay where once you're homeless, you're a madman. And they're not mad. They're just not as fortunate as some persons. So with that being said, the least you can do is to provide a little meal, because one meal goes a long way, because the heaviest meal is your breakfast.
Right, it
Right.
should be.
So if you can at least provide that one meal for them, they can actually be good for the day. And something, just show them that somebody still cares. Because at the end of the day, I still look at, even for Christmas, I give gifts to the sick children at the hospital, Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Okay.
Every year, we issue gifts to the children there. And that helps with showing people, because people need to know that they're loved and persons care for them, because that's what we lack, especially in Jamaica. We don't express our feelings a lot.
That's true.
So if you can actually show somebody that, I care about you, I know that you need food, I'll provide food, I know you do not have the Christmas with your family, so we're going to make Christmas for you. So that's basically how I look at it. You have to help somebody to change the world. You have to be better to do better.
I completely agree with
Right.
that, completely. And what would you say is some of the feedback that you've gotten in terms of the outreach that you've done?
Good feedbacks. I don't video everything, but at the end of the day, we get good feedbacks pertaining to the hospitals wanting us to come back every year, because they look out for us every year, come in and giving out the gifts. I give both to the children and the nurses. So it's not a case where just, okay, the nurses work hard too, so the least you can do, they are spending their Christmas in the hospital, so you just give them a little
Make
gift.
it a little special.
Yes, that's it.
Right. Okay, I think that's very good.
Right.
And I just want to touch a little bit, I want to backtrack a little bit, and I want to know what your school life was like, and also touch a little bit on what propelled you into the pageantry world.
Life. Hey.
Yes.
My school life was good, you know. I'm always involved with stuff like drama, Heritage Club, because Heritage Club, I think back in 2017, we went to the children's home and we issued stuff same way. And then we had this, when we had the chick V situation,
Yeah.
you know, we informed the school. I did a song, probably that's where you know me from. I did a
Perhaps,
song.
because.
Alright, so yeah, so it's a case where school life was good and I involve myself in every little thing because I'm all rounded. I do just about anything you can think of. And that's basically it. Pertaining to pageantry, I started modeling at age 7.
That's a very long time.
Exactly. The first pageant I did was Mini Miss St. Neva's. And I also did a modeling thing at Nyamis and Jamins. You know that? Back in the day, we had Nyamis and Jamins thing.
Oh, yes.
Yes, right. So I did a little show there. And I just love the spotlight, you know? It builds confidence, and that's a good thing to have.
Definitely.
Right.
And at the age of 7, what would you say had motivated you or pushed you to really say, you know, this pageantry world, I think this is for me, let me give it a try?
It gives you a different level of confidence, whole different level. When I'm Richard Vernon, however, when I'm on stage and when I'm off stage are totally different. When I'm on stage, I evolve in a whole different character. And that feel is just the best feeling you could ever think of.
Okay. So would you say your family kind of gave that support for you to...
But what really made me like continued, I lost my dad in 2018.
My condolences.
And that's fine, thank you. And before he passed, I made it my duty to actually, so I went on CVM TV for the morning session, and I made sure I was in the newspaper before he passed. And they ensured that he got the newspaper at the hospital.
Right.
Right. So
as something he could remember, right?
And he told me he was
so
very
sweet.
proud of me, and I should not stop. So this is where I'm at today, and I'm trying my best to just be great because he was a great man, and you know, just continue his legacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd say you're doing this not just for yourself, but you're doing it to carry on his memory,
for
his
my
legacy.
father, for my whole family, and my daughter. You know, I want her to have somebody to look up to. At all times, it's important to have a mother or a father that you can always look up to and continue whatever they have. And that's what I'm trying to aim. You know, I'm aiming that big to ensure that she has something to say, I'm proud of my mom.
That's good. That's good. Because, you know, children, especially at a young age,
Exactly.
once they see you making moves, they're going to
And I
have
think-
that confidence
exactly. And I think
to do the same.
And I think she wants to be in the modeling too, because whenever I leave my heels out, she's always, oh, mommy, I'm so pretty. You know, so I'm not going to force her, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to implement little stuff that, you know, encourage stuff pertaining to, as I said, putting it into the schools. So by, say, when she's time to go to school, like high school or so, they have certain things in there to control. I think it can control crime rate a bit, because if you teach them etiquette, mannerism, all those stuff, you can kind of, you know, mess with the crime rate pertaining to how they respond to each other.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you teach them that they're more calmer, they're more gentle, and that means if I step on your shoe, I'm more, oh, I'm sorry about that, instead of being aggressive. So that is basically an aim and a goal I'd like to achieve very soon. With or without, I'm going to get it done.
And we're going to go with Will, because as everyone can see, our representing Queen for Jamaica is very beautiful and also very intelligent. So this does give me the confidence that you will have that platform so that you can implement these things into the school and for anything else that you want to implement.
And thank you.
You're most welcome. It was my pleasure doing this interview with you. I hope that not only myself but the persons viewing do have a better understanding of who is Miss Richan Vernon, and they feel a bit more connected to you. So thank you again.
And thank you.
And we're wishing you all the best. We know you're going to take that crown home to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Mckoy News and have a wonderful rest of the day.